Okay.
Hi,
Hello, everybody. Good morning.
good morning.
Amazing to see you.
Hello.
Amazing to
Hello.
see
Good
you.
morning.
Magical to see you. Oh my God. Just a minute. Go to here. I go to here. Okay. Let me just share again the link if anybody needs it. 1 minute. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so more people will join later. Enjoy your coffee. Eso. It's not coffee, is it? Oh, I cannot hear you.
It's a cup of tea.
Cup of tea. Beautiful. So, with the rain, there was a lot of rain here in the last months, actually. So with the rain, there was some damage. We live in like a urbanization, a damage in one of the blocks of these 14 blocks here. So, and something in the water system got damaged. So they closed the water for the whole urbanization. So it's very powerful to see how dependent we are on these habits. If you open the tap and then water coming down, then you open no water. And because we didn't know because we did something else. So suddenly, it was I think 11:30 at night. Suddenly we open, we want to go to sleep to wash the face or something. No water. So it's just interesting. And then luckily, I mean, there is a pool, just outside. So we went to the pool, like in the old days, you take the bucket with water so we can use the toilet or something. So anyway, that's, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, where do we start? Okay. So this morning, the meditation, it's all the time become more and more and more obvious. The reality that is so straightforward. What's going on here is so straightforward. Not what's going on here, but in the whole creation. And that's really what we need um, to tap into. And yeah, it's simple and also maybe not so simple. Yeah, because the reality, as I go to, higher and higher and higher, altitude, you can say. Hi, Olga. Olia. Good
Hi, Olga.
morning. So as my experience is a higher altitude, um, it still feel that the mind is there somehow. It's in a very, very subtle form, but it's still there. So, I mean, we're not talking the normal ego that has all these negative thoughts or positive thought, doesn't matter. We're not talking about this anymore at all. We're talking about the mere feeling that I'm me. This is already ego, and it's there. In a very, very high altitude, it's still there. It's already there. Hi, Patricia. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome.
Morning.
So that's okay. It's no problem. But we have to be aware of that. That we always have to pay attention to the mind. Even when we go to a place that is so clean, uh, normally there is still somebody there. Yeah. And that somebody is what capture the energy. So looking at IK, good morning. So looking at a little bit, the theories, of quantum field theory, or even the theory of relativity of Einstein. So there is a lot of similarity to what we are doing, or what we're connecting from the theory that come from Advaita of non-duality. And basically, it's so straightforward to understand that everything is one energy. It's pure consciousness, everything. And the ego, the I, is pulling energy into existence. It's straightforward. That's really what's happening here. So um, when we do our work, let's say spiritual work, we can say, or journey in life, we have to realize and to experience that purity of being that we are, that everything is, that's completely undisturbed energy. That's really what's going on. This is the energy of everything. Either it has a form or doesn't have a form, and then we have also to see how I think in the theory of the relativity of Einstein. So there is a concept of bending of energy, or bending of the light. That something of that infinite energy that is available for in creation is being bent from different forces and being pulled into stars, galaxies, or any manifestation. And that's really what we are doing. We're doing with our mind exactly that bending of the infinite no thing. We're bending into reality through our ego, through our identity, and that's really what's happening in creation. So our job is to realize completely the truth. So we have no doubt, and also to see that process of bending of power. That's we do. Um, is there anyone want to say anything about that? Is that completely clear? Clear that we're bending power, that we're bending nothing into something. It's very important to realize that. Anyone want to say? No. Okay. Yeah, Joanna, you're on already.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, for me it's clear.
Mhm.
It's clear mentally, but like feeling like
Experience. Yeah.
experience is not the same.
Yeah. Okay. I think that your ability, or all of us ability to realize that actually it's true, it's clear, it's already mean that we part of us know, because this is the home, this is the truth. It's simple, it just is. But the experience is a different story.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
no.
Okay. And the experience relates completely to the mind, or to opposite, letting go of the mind. So what I would like to, where we ended, not last class and the one before, because last class we didn't do any like official work. Yeah, we did what came, and it was perfect. Um, but the previous class we ended in different tools that we use to help ourselves, and I feel that these tools are very, very important, very, very important and useful, because um, I find that even in very high altitude of consciousness, um, tools are very helpful for me. Very, very helpful. To release tension, and to allow all aspect of the human existence to vibrate with source in the most harmonious way. When this happens, we feel amazing, we feel blissful, we feel good, we feel positive, we feel love, we feel amazing. Yeah. As much as more parts of our existence, either emotional, mentally or physically, are in harmony with source, we feel better and better and better. you know so that's why I think tools are important, and these are the tools that I'm working with. But as we talked before. I mean, there are many tools, so whatever works for you, in addition or instead, that's perfect. Okay, so yeah, let's go to the tools, and through the tools, we'll do some also meditation so we can connect to truth. Yeah, Hessel, please.
Um, I want to. I was on a Buddhistic retreat last weekend, and I realized that what sticks us to the material world, that's not in our that doesn't feed us. And I was thinking what Christine said about ancestors, and it was just one sentence, but I find it so interesting. You said about that you connect with your ancestors, and Christine said the ancestors, our parents, and the parents of our parents, and maybe the parents of their parents, we know, but the parents of their parents are we. Eh?
Mhm.
I think Christine meant that. So I thought, yes, the pain that I feel is not my pain. Eh? It's our role in this world to make a move.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Thank you, Hessel. Kay, do you want to add on that?
I'm not awake enough yet, Yair. I'm sorry.
Sorry?
I'm not awake enough yet.
You're not into, okay, no problem.
I need to kind of process what you said, and then I will.
Yeah,
Because
maybe because you
I don't
shared
think I
also with,
really grasped it, really.
yeah,
I think yes, I'm in total agreement, but I'm not absolutely sure about that.
okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay. Good. Let's continue. And I'll just share the screen. Okay, so okay, the chakra is super important. I feel super important in my experience. And the reason it's important is because as a as I go more and more into the system that we're working or into understanding the nature of reality, um, what I understand about the chakra that actually those centers are allow the infinite consciousness to attach itself to the human form and to um, yeah, and to allows us to feel the qualities of being in a human form. Yeah, the qualities, the universal qualities of being in a human form. Um, Now, everything, as I mentioned earlier, everything that we can connect to needs to be synchronized with infinity. Yeah. Yeah, anything, because we are infinite being in a human form. If we're locking any aspect of our existence from that spectrum of manifestation, then we don't feel well. That's how it works. Okay. Uh, so obviously the chakras has to do the same. They must be infinite chakra that kind of transmitting or reducing the power of creation and allows us to communicate from universal qualities through a human form. And to be in direct connection through the chakras with those qualities. Okay, if it's love, if it's power, if it's a sense of manifestation, if it's expression, whatever the chakras are, the quality they symbolize, not symbolize, they connecting us to. That's what needs to be synchronized and work without any hindrance. Yes, so love is universal love. Yeah, it's not my love. Yeah, or power is universal power. It's not my power. Yeah, I feel it through my system, but it's just expression of source through this system. So this is beautiful. Now, what I find in meditation is that because this is a very subtle system, really, so it's very important to make sure that it's in harmony, okay? That it's synchronized with source. Those chakras synchronized with source, not my chakra, we can say, but there is that source through the chakras can manifest those qualities without the mind interfering. And also, um, just to make sure that that's the case. That's what I'm saying. Because sometimes it's not even clear that there is a blockage, or it's not even a blockage, it's a lower frequency because the chakra is not completely synchronized with source. So it's good as we're meditating to check. I found that especially the heart chakra, but I think all of them, it's very important that they'll be in synchronicity with source, all of them. But the heart chakra is, I feel it's the most, at least now, that's what I feel, the most important. Maybe because it's synchronizing love, and love is the, let's say, the material, you can say, that connects creation together. So if that is not in harmony, then something is off sync in our connection with all there is, yeah, in a physical form. So I want that we take a few minutes to do some meditation to look at that, to feel that, to experience it from as a direct experience, because this is most important. If anyone want to ask anything or to say anything before we start, please. Okay. So let's just sit quietly and pay attention inward. And immediately, yeah, immediately. I say immediately, but when you meditate on your own, you might need to go through certain steps, like watching the breath, observing the body, different, like preliminary, like first step before you go out completely. But now let's go immediately because we can share a feel that we're supporting each other. So going out is not really going anywhere, but it's allowing the mind to immediately become infinite, immediately. Allow your mind to occupy the whole creation. This is who you are, really. You are everything. So it's not to negate our physical form or our human existence at all, but it's to connect everything with everything. Now, the whole game is that this infinite you, yeah, and this human you must be in a flow with each other, complete flow. And what allows the flow to take place is awareness. So awareness is infinity. You can call it, you can look at it as the eye of infinity. And whatever this eye sees become infinite, really. That's really how it works. So it's you can say a magnifying glass of the sun, you can say something like this, or whatever way you can visualize it, or projecting light or something like this. But the light that comes into the eye yeah, the seeing eye of awareness is the light of the whole creation. And then through the awareness, it sets on anything you want, and then it illuminates it. That's how it works. It's like the story from the Greek mythology of the, of Midas, that he wanted to be rich, and then everything he touched became gold. Okay. Now, obviously, because we're living in a human form, which is quite dense aspect of creation, very dense. So there is a lot of tension in our system as a result. And when our system operates as a tense system, then we don't feel well, and we don't feel in synchronicity, and there are difficulties. But the eye of awareness is really the magic here. Because when we shine awareness on difficulties, they soften, always like this. So first of all, let's be global, meaning that we are aware of infinity completely. And let's not condition our awareness to how we're experiencing our existence right now as a human being. Let's completely be uh, surrendered to infinity. Infinity am I. That's who we are. And then from that conviction and acknowledgement, I am all there is, or all there is am I, better saying. Then we're looking as general as possible at our humanness at this very moment, without shrinking into it, without identifying with it, just being present. And whatever appears in that infinite space of awareness as our human existence at this very moment, that's perfect. We try not to judge or to comment on nothing. And now we can offer help to this human form that, by mistake we call it me. We can offer it so much healing and so much synchronization, so it will feel so, so much better. So let's start generally and try to have a general feeling of a certain imbalance that might appear in your system. Not specific this or that chakra or aura or meridian, but a general sensation that you feel that this is not in sync with source. And you know it's not because you don't feel well when you're connecting to that part of your human being. And it doesn't have to be severe in any way. It can be very soft, general sensation of tension. And as you're becoming aware of it, try to localize it as clear as possible. Yeah, because normally, if we're talking generally speaking, those global tension sensation, they are in layers. Yeah, like we did the carrot and the onion. So there are layers and layers of tension. So try to localize the general layer of tension as clear as possible, exactly where it is in the whole body. And then offer it to source. And that's it, your job done right now. Observe what's happening. Allow time to synchronize and harmonize. Good. Now let's go specifically into the heart chakra. Just observe specifically the heart chakra, but not from inside as a person, from infinity, which includes a person, as infinity includes a person. So you're in and you're out in the same time. Once you're clear about the heart chakra, again, offer it for synchronization. And as you feel that the system start to respond and soften and harmonize, working still with the heart chakra, um, be more precise maybe and see, is there anything else I can recognize that needs adjustment? And now let's do the same on the second chakra, below the navel. And do the same, just first, as infinity, check what's going on there. And then offer it to the light of awareness, meaning to the whole creation. So if we take the ego out of the game, so really what's happening is that the whole universe, the whole creation is harmonizing a part of itself. Really, that's really what's happening. So as much as less as the ego involved, the experience is more profound. Okay, and just check for yourself if there's anything that stands out at the moment, chakra or anything that you feel that can use some adjustment for you. And use the same technique to recognize, to be detailed, and then to offer it to the whole creation to synchronize. And trying to take the I identity out. Chika, that's beautiful. So we are now about to finish this, but before we finish, just let's try to see if we can um, find a way that as we're going through the rest of the class, we stay somehow as we are now, as we listening or talking or thinking, we stay like this. And one beautiful way to do it is to be aware of the vibration. Yeah, as the body vibrates, and the whole creation vibrates. So as we're listening, maybe like part of us can be in vibration. If you have other ways, do what works for you, but this is one way that can help. Okay, so let's share a little bit our experience in any way, if there's any questions or experiences. Yeah, Joanna?
When I concentrated on the heart chakra, I
Mm-hmm.
realized that the left side was more hard to harmonize.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then after the second chakra, I felt that the throat chakra was also
Mm-hmm.
not harmonized.
And could you do all this work as an infinity, as pure consciousness?
Yes, but it came back. It was pulled back again. And again, I went.
Okay,
I
yeah,
let it drop and then it came back and
it's normal. As
it
long as
was,
the mind is still active, um, it comes like this. Then as it settle down, then it's okay. It's
yeah,
not
my big problem is my mind.
for sure. That's all our problem is only the mind, because the mind is what holds the I, the ego, nothing else. So as the mind is more agitated with itself, really, with the sense of ego, I am me, and these are my problems, so more difficult to synchronize. So we have to let go. No other choice. Okay. Yeah, Olia.
Morning, everybody. I guess I resonate with the busy mind as well, which is sort of a blessing of a human and a curse, right? And what I found that although I could hear where you were guided and I could sense it, it was unachievable to me as well because there was a lot going on and a lot of kind of things that I need to do, and I just got up and blah blah. So I actually had to take almost step away and just do something physical because I felt that this was too much of a jump for me to go into this kind of imaginary realm. So I just did a breath work, but kind of like if you know it's a breath of fire, just to actually change the physiology. So my mind just comes, and then I was able to kind of rejoin you where you were at the end. So yeah, just offering it into the space because sometimes it doesn't work, right? Sometimes something else needs to be a breach first to get to this kind of like sitting in peace and connecting with this.
Completely. Thank you so much for bringing it up. Beautiful. Yeah, for sure. And this is that's why we're offering different tools so we can apply them when needed. And it is exactly like this. And I mean, I'm not going into breathing exercise, or I mean, we can take it even to movement, we can take it to dance, we can take it to art, we can take it so many things that are bridging between nothing and something. And it's beautiful to have many tools and to know when to use what. So thank you so much for bringing it up. And thank you also for not fighting your mind and understanding you need to do something and acting on it. Cool. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, Vicky, please.
Hello.
Hi, Vicky.
I had a fight with my brother a
Mm.
few minutes before class started.
Now we're talking.
So I have been regurgitating elements of that since the class started. And it continued during the meditation, of course. So right towards the end, I had an idea and I invited the thoughts that were repeating in my mind to harmonize with creation. Am I, and I have to say that it's gone blurry and I don't remember it.
Beautiful. So that worked like this.
It's gone blurry, as in it's like there's nothing there to keep repeating
Wonderful.
because I've forgotten the words. Fantastic.
So what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tip. Thank you so much. So you offer the actual thoughts or the words into infinity.
Beg your pardon? Sorry.
You offered the words and the thoughts
Yeah, yeah.
themselves.
Because,
Yeah,
because you say be specific. So I was specific, and it was like that's what was needed to release it to infinity.
perfect.
And it's different. I feel different.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
beautiful.
have to remember that when I look in the mirror.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Thank
Infinity will detonate, like take the power from anything. it will pixel everything because it's before presence, before form. So it will break any form if you can keep it like this. If the mind cannot allow this, because what happened is that the same mind on one end is the ego mind, on the other hand is infinity, or it's pure consciousness. And if if the mind cannot hold pure consciousness even for a few seconds to work on that, what manifests in the reality, so then we cannot do it. So in a way, we depend on the mind to look at itself, really, through awareness. Okay, so that that part of the mind that is constantly fighting with itself, actually, one has to transform into awareness, and the other one, then it cannot do anything, and the awareness just looks at it, and then it dissolves.
I just want to say, yes, that's the perfect word. It's like those words have dissolved. I can't even remember them.
Yeah.
They've dissolved. And I have never thought of offering that to creation before. I've always tried to, I don't know, push them aside, even though you're not supposed to do that, or do something else like Olia was talking about. But on this occasion, offering them to creation dissolve them.
Yeah.
Very powerful for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, this is beautiful. I also never thought about it this way, like to offer words to infinity. I offer attention. I offer, mental activity, but not the words themselves. So this is a great tip. Thank you. Okay. So I think it's good for all of us, and we can try it out, and share our experience about it next week, because words are, very strong in our mind. So that's great. Thank you so much. And maybe this is even possible to do on the go, as you do whatever you do, to offer the words to infinity. If they are not the helpful words, because if I need to do shopping list, I don't want to offer it to infinity. Otherwise I buy something different, So we need the mind. We need the mind to survive on this planet. But not to think that I'm stupid. For that, we don't need the mind. Okay. Thank you, Vicky. Yeah, you want to add? Please.
Can I ask a question, please, of the group, in terms of connecting to creation and seeing light? I get episodes of light, but it doesn't kind of evolve into a big space of light for me. Is it light for other people?
Yeah, let's hear. Thank you, Vicky. Let's hear what people say. Patricia, good morning.
Good evening for me.
Good evening. Sorry.
10 p.m.
You and Vicky is good evening. Yeah.
Yes. For me, it comes and goes, Vicky, the light. It comes stronger, but it's always there. As I dissolve, I just feel my physical body, more light, as if I'm not just go out. And I was guided by a year, so I felt sometimes the light stronger all around. And when he said, let's give to infinity, I felt that light going down. So I feel movements, and not all the time everything is light and bright. And sometimes comes thoughts, but they dissolve, because I think his voice was more intense for me and I was following. So no, not all the time. For me, it's comes and goes. Sometimes, for example, when I go to bed, I see and I feel light of my husband. When everything is calm and quiet, I just feel the light of him. And I say, oh, good. Sometimes it's green, sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's just light. With the year, I felt now just warm. warm as he was describing things. So yeah, that's for me.
Thank you, Patricia. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's important that people will share. So, because it's important to understand that we are different and we don't need to be like somebody to perceive the truth. Anyone else would like to share? How is it for you? Okay, yeah.
I never see light or colors ever, but I just accept that. It doesn't change the knowing, if that makes sense. Yeah. The knowing and knowing that I'm in infinity is there whether I see anything visually or not. Yeah. But that's for me.
Thank you. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, Olia.
Yeah, for me it differs. It depends. Sometimes I feel like what comes up is also part of what the communication from infinity back. So occasionally, well, sometimes, and I was just tuning in right now just to see what it's like. It's just a sensation of openness and kind of the knowing, as Kay describing. Sometimes it's very clear colors. Sometimes I could get a sense of smell or a sound. So I also feel that maybe sometimes, yeah, when the colors come, they also change and they might shift. I feel that this is infinity also giving some information about what I might be harmonizing or what's going on. It's like it's a language of speaking back. So it differs.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Hessel, please.
For me, it's when I close my eyes, I see a lot of different colors, and when I'm have not closed my eyes, it's more energy, so like a feeling whispering around me.
Mhm. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, Vicky?
Thank you. I've been thinking that there's something missing in what I'm doing, but I'm exactly like everybody else.
Good.
Yeah.
In the
Thank
club.
you.
Good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we have to let the magic manifest, and not let the mind give ideas what is how it is. Because when we connect with source, we're connecting through being, through our human system. When we are angels, we connect through angel system. Each configuration of manifestation on the infinite consciousness has a different arrangement, or different abilities to connect with source, different tools. So an angel will not connect the same as you connect or I connect. But you will also not connect the same as me or Joanna or Olia, because we are different angels. They say the difference between angels and humans is that humans forgot that they are angels. Yeah, this I like this saying because it's the truth.
Some of us remember.
Sorry?
Some of us remember.
Of course we remember. Now we remember, yeah, that we are angels, we are infinite being. So because we connecting through our human system, a human system like everybody shared, can bring information in so many ways through our senses, not only our, let's say, official senses, but other senses as well, like knowing. Yeah, maybe knowing is a sixth sense, doesn't matter, but knowing. Yeah, like I say, I know. That's a way of perceiving truth. So we just have to be open, and whatever comes through whatever sense, it's perfect. And knowing is a sense as well. Yeah, even if I don't feel, I don't see light. And for me also, it's all of this mixing together, like everybody say. Sometimes there's light, sometimes there's knowing, sometimes there's everything, sometimes whatever. But it's all beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, so beautiful. Okay. Like today, half of the meditation, I thought about how can I develop a device that will allow humanity to connect to the source, you know, to humanity to connect to source. So then this went like your brother, you know, and I was everything. But suddenly this came so strong, you know, developing something. Okay. Let's continue. Okay, so this is beautiful. So we're talking about tools. This is amazing tool. Yeah, placing hands. Amazing tool, very powerful. So through eons and a lot, if you connect to, if you look at the mudras system in yoga, you know, all these different arrangement of how to place the hands. You can see it in Tibetan Buddhism, so many things, and all these basically are different gesture that are closing energy circuits and help us to to experience or to achieve or to connect in a certain way to something. And then some of them are very straightforward and very universal. Yeah. So if I feel, you know, you wouldn't believe what happened to me, you know, we just put the hands, you know, that sense of me, I, like this sense of deep sense of existence, of connection is here, you know, or praying to, you know, to God or to, you know, this, or please help me, or, you know, so those gestures are universal and are very useful for us to use. And I find that placing the hands on the chest is very, very powerful. It's very calming and it's very harmonizing for the mind and the heart chakra to unite. So let's just work with it for a minute, just to connect to this beautiful tool that you can do it to yourself. Or I was one time in a ayahuasca ceremony, which is like some kind of a psychedelic um, substance, and you know, it was horrible. It was very, I mean, it was also amazing, but that time that I experienced was horrible, and I was sure I'm dying. Honestly, really, I was sure I'm dying. Uh, and I was shaking 3 hours, just shaking on the floor and seeing, you know, the devil and seeing horrible things. And then the rest of the group um, was dancing, you know, and like the instruction was to everybody, don't help each other. Let each one go through their journey. But 1 minute, one person out of this group turned to me and just put his hands on my chest. And I will never forget this feeling, never, ever. Because I was in such a deep distress, and he put his hands on my chest. And in that moment, I felt peace. And I felt I'm not alone, you know? So this is a just very powerful example for that. Let's take a minute for that, to put hands on the chest. Now, when we're putting our hands on our chest, we have to realize that, like always, there is a ego tendency in everything. And the ego tendency will say, I'm putting my hands on my chest. But if we go again, as I said earlier, everything has to be viewed in infinity, in the light of infinity. So also this touch is an infinite touch. It's really a physical way that creation, through our mothers, through our lovers, through angels, through God, through our dog, through our cat, through dolphins, yeah, through the sun or the flowers, through everything that manifests love, So that's the way now creation touches us. Okay, so when we move out of this ego identity and we just allow this touch to remind us about the simplicity and abundance of love, that's what we feel. Now let's just, as we're holding like this, let's do a few other placements. So let's place one hand on the forehead and keep the other one on the chest and just see what that does. You can see what it does. It's not something you have to know. It's universal. Now let's release the placement on the heart, keep the forehead, and place one hand on the second chakra. And then again, see what it does. You don't need to think. This will do it. It's like electricity. You connect and then something happens. Okay, good. Let's share for a minute on that. Let's see how that works for people. Yeah, Vicky, how is it?
I don't know if I sensed anything with the heart, but with the second chakra, I felt like there was an opening from the front to the back, and then an increase in size of the second chakra
Beautiful.
when the hand was on the third eye.
Yeah, beautiful.
Mm.
Thank you. Yeah, who else? What you experiencing? Yeah, okay.
For me, when my hands were on my chest, all the energy was round the heart chakra. It was just like a giant sun or something. But when I put one hand on my forehead, suddenly the energy was shooting up and down.
Mhm. Yeah, beautiful.
And as you know, I have a problem with my second chakra. And when I put one hand there, everything went dead.
Okay.
But that's
Maybe, yeah, you see, maybe you have problem with the second chakra, but the chakra that doesn't have problem with you.
no, I know.
So if you offer to the chakra something like this, you bypass any mind or anything, and then maybe it's a way that the chakra can enliven, come back.
Yeah.
But in any way, you're not your second chakra. So if it's activated or not, doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just nice, but yeah, it's no big deal. Okay. Anyone else? Hessel, for you?
With the head on the forehead, everything got brighter and more to the white light, and with my second chakra warm and beiged. So very nice feeling.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's all so beautiful. It's not good for economy, you know. People will start to harmonize chakra and stop buying things. Have to change it fast. Okay. Anyone else would like to share experiences? No. Okay. We continue. Okay, the affirmation. Okay. Good old affirmation, you know, it's something that it's amazing, you know, because we start working with affirmation many years ago. But it's good to mention it because it's really because we have a mind, and this mind is can be very messy, as we all know sometimes. So this is like giving to the mind tools for the mind, you know, to be happy about itself. And when we do the affirmation, in a way, it's a way that we offer, you know, mind. I say mind affirmation that harmonize or synchronize the energy centers. Okay, so it's still on the ego level, yeah. That if I say to the solar plexus, I trust, appreciate, and love myself, it's on the ego level, but it's a step. You know, it's a step that the mind, instead of judging itself and creating so much mess to itself and to the organism called me, you know, it is saying good things instead of negative things about itself. Okay. So, by the way, all these are in the on the website, you know, on the course, so you can download it. It's also in the book. If you have the book, it's there as well. Okay, so this is a you know, if the mind goes two way out, it's useful to use, you know, those affirmations and to reaffirm for the mind maybe the opposite of what it negatively affirm. You know, if I'm not good enough, or I don't love myself, or nobody loves me, so I can say, you know, I love myself and my heart is open, or something like this. You know, so I'm just contracting immediately one thought that is negative with another thought that is positive. And obviously, each thought has vibration to it, you know, like this famous Japanese researcher that did about the secrets of the water or the message of the water, you know, that he froze these water crystals, and according to what energy or words or music were generated towards these crystals, you know, the image was different. So it's the same here, you know, we broadcasting good or negative vibes into the chakra, into ourselves through the chakra, and we get different results. So this is a nice system. If your mind is too much in negativity, if it's relaxed, so it doesn't need that because it doesn't move anyway. So who cares? Yeah. Okay. Gratitude. Also, it's one of the beautiful tools that we can calm the mind and harmonize mind and heart. So important. Let's just dedicate a few minutes for this when we connect through gratitude. Okay? So just to feel how powerful it is to bring gratitude and to see how it's immediately harmonizing the system. Okay? So just take a minute for yourself and just introduce gratitude. First of all, general, just I'm grateful or thank you or this kind of vibrational words. and see how it's affecting you. And then, if you want to be grateful for something specific, again, you can see how that affecting you. Okay? If anyone wants to share on this experience, because it's sometimes being overlooked, not overlooked, but we don't use it. So, I mean, at least I forget it, forget to be grateful. So if anyone want to share your experience now, or maybe in general, if it's something that you are incorporating regularly in your life. So yeah, please. Patricia?
Yeah, I want to mention just quickly go back to the morning and the putting
The hands,
the
yeah.
hands in the heart. It is common for me. I start a meditation, and when I realize my hands are already in my heart, and I just realize after, it's kind of how it usually goes. But every morning I do meditation and I position the hand in my heart, and I just feel this is much more powerful when I do that than I put in the lap or other places the hand. And when I position like that, it feels like the circuit is here, or a position here, it feels the circuit is from the heart to here, so it limits. So I just put both in the heart, and then from there I go. But gratitude I do every morning after the meditation or at the end of the meditation, or I try different things. So sometimes I bring love to my heart, or I bring during the meditation to expand even more the to infinity. I bring love and or gratitude. I use both. Sometimes the two, sometimes one, sometimes the other. But I do gratitude every day verbally. I tried doing a month or 100 days written down. That was powerful too. That's when I started developing the habit. Now I just do naturally in my mind, and as I meditate, I feel that is extremely powerful. It's the same for me as bringing love to heart. It's being grateful. That's exactly, it's a different way of bringing the same expansion or love. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. We have to just to understand that all these tools are in a way to connect to source, really, and to move the mind from its ego state into being where it's supposed to be. Yeah, so they are all tools that are very, very useful and powerful for that purpose. Okay. Anyone else would like to share on gratitude? Just to say also that gratitude is so natural, because I mean, now when Patricia you mentioned, so I mean, always when I finish meditation, I say thank you. I mean, it's so obvious because the experience is so overwhelming. I cannot not say thank you, and for so many things during the day, it comes natural because life is so amazing and so enriching and so giving all the time that you cannot not say thank you. I cannot, but it's also if the mind goes into a negative place, to be grateful will bring it to the right place immediately. It's synchronize the mind and the heart immediately. Okay, so that's a very, very powerful tool. Okay. Okay, this also very important, devotion. It's related to Bhakti Yoga. Now here, it's also very important, I think, a powerful thing that also in a way, humbles the mind in front of something so much bigger. Humbles the mind. And the mind has a tendency to be very arrogant. Just that's its nature. And we need different tools like gratitude or humbleness or devotion or all what we mentioned before to calm the mind so it can go back into its natural state of unity. Yeah. Arrogant mind is not helpful at all, actually. It's helpful only to the illusion of the ego, which is not useful, actually. It's just troublemaker. Okay? But we have to be also very careful with this because devotion can apply or imply separation. Yeah. I have a guru and I'm kissing his feet. Yeah. Or I'm devoted to this God or to that God or something like this, which is fine. But like everything, we have to do things with the attitude of infinity. So when I give gratitude for the creator, or I give gratitude for Ramana Maharishi as my guru, it's not the person that I'm giving gratitude to. Yeah, it's not the person that I'm devoted to. It's not a God, external God that I'm, prostrating to. I'm actually allowing the ego mind to synchronize with what that guru or whatever I'm prostrating to is symbolizing, is actually manifesting. Yeah. So I'm in a way prostrating to, to synchronize with source. Yeah. So it's a way again that the mind is humbly, in a humble way, is allowing itself to synchronize with the source. And then there's unity between, let's say, the student and the teacher. You can say something like this, or the small I and the infinite I, because you offer that synchronicity or synchronization. Okay, so this we have to be careful there, not to put anyone above this, my God, and I'm here and he is there. No, 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 no. We're all in synchronization with source. And those symbols, they're not external symbols, they're just state of consciousness that we have the same and we are, synchronizing with what those people or deities or whoever is vibrating. So it's all about synchronization of vibration. Are there any question about it? It's very important because the ego tends to put people or above, but there's nothing above and nothing below. It's clear. Okay, good. And then just being quiet. Yeah. So that's how we started, just being quiet. And this the teaching of, of Advaita or non-duality. Basically, they don't teach too many tools like we went through now. They said just sit, like Papaji said, is the student of Ramana Maharishi. He said, don't think, don't make any effort, stay quiet. Yeah, don't think, don't make any effort, stay quiet. Okay? Now, again, as Olyam shared, and that when sometimes the mind is so agitated, that we need some tool to help. But it's always very, very important, very, very important, whatever practice we do, if possible, in the end, to go to no mind being. Yeah. Nothing to do. Stop doing anything. Just stay, is, and that's it. Don't do. Then you really go to, then you're on fast train, very fast. Okay? And then he said, ask, who am I? So, when we all the time ask, who am I feel it's too much. But as you start to go at higher and higher altitude, yeah, so the ego can say, I got it. I know, I have it. This we have to be careful there. So always pay attention. Are you still in two or zero? Two is me and there's duality. Even in very high altitude, it could be duality. Or who am I? Is there still somebody there that is separate from everything? And if there is, just keep on going, meaning surrender more, surrender more, surrender more, until there is nobody asking any question, there is nobody to ask, there is nothing, there is only being, and it's all beautiful and peaceful. Okay? Are there any questions about this? It's also extremely important. Vicky, you have a question? No? Okay. Okay, good. So, yeah. The home practice, it's related to another class. But it's not about the home practice, what I want to share now. It's about, I would like us to talk 1 minute. Where are we? This is class number 7, okay, out of 12. And this is like a process we're going through to accelerating process, really. So we can connect to the truth of who we are and be more there. So the home practice is really not about the home practice. It's just how we're doing with our practice. Yeah, how are we doing? So I want to hear from you guys. Any insights of this process that we are so far doing. If there is any feeling that you feel you need something more than something else that we can focus, or anything you would like to share. So it will help me also maybe, put different emphasis or more emphasis on something as we keep on going. So yeah, that's all, please.
Now everything is on the right moment. So I started with 6 lessons of you, and I had my Buddhistic weekend. So I'm landing. So I feel it. So I removed my news app on my telephone. I quit Facebook. I quit everything what uh, tracks me to the world I see around me. It's a world, but it's not my world. So I think when we feel love inside us, outside us feels our love, and that expands. So that is my little message from Holland.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And I feel this is an amazing contribution for world peace. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, let's hear more. How are you doing on your process? What do you feel? Yeah, Vicky?
So I'm definitely improved. And by that, what I mean is being able to carry my meditation into more and more of the day, more calm, a bit like Patricia was explaining about what she experiences, which is more of the outer world is changing. When I say Patricia, I mean a few weeks back. when she was saying that, you know, with more meditation, things around you change. So, and I'm more able to stay in that zone, if I call it a zone, I'm not sure. But one thing I would like to ask is, what would it feel like to be connected all the time? What would it feel like, Yaya? As in, what would it feel like to be walking into a shop and working through your shopping list and know that you are connected?
First, I don't know because I'm not connected all the time. That's first. Yeah,
Okay.
I cannot tell you from that experience. But I can only tell you that this morning, I went to, because we don't have water, so I went to buy water. So, and I was after the meditation, and the effect is so intense, so intense. So the connection with life is so intense, with the creation is so intense that you feel that everything is alive, and everything is alive. And when you enter to the shop, I remember looking at all the fruits, and I saw that they are not alive, really, some of them, there are no energy. So it just changes completely the sense of connecting to life on all its aspect, and because you're alive, you are life itself. So then you feel in your whole being everything, it's very beautiful. It's very, very beautiful feeling. And then I came back and I saw a woman with taking the dog, and suddenly the dog stopped. And I asked, "Why are you stopping? Why?" She said, "It's full of fear." And then I was just standing there, and I could not go because I was feeling the fear, and I was also feeling the peace of the dog. So it just changes the relationship with life, that you feel everything, that you are part of everything completely, like this, completely. And if you go to nature and you feel the trees and you feel everything. So it's just being alive, completely alive, connected, that you are completely connected, connection. Something like this. This is my experience. But then, maybe something very stressful will come up, and then I would lose it, and I go into the ego person, and then I might feel anxiety. Then I need to again relax and harmonize again. So I think also part of it is this not entering so deep into the drama of life, that the human system is bringing suddenly agitation and suffering, and to shift fast again into higher altitude, higher vibration. So that's why I think that it's constantly, as much as your practice it bring you to a clearer and more kind of direct connection with source. So you take it naturally into the day. You don't need to make an effort for this.
So, yeah, one of the things that I've noticed is we talk about having more connection with life, but I've noticed shifts in relation to other people,
Sure.
and it isn't necessarily more connection. It's actually distance.
Of course.
And I feel self-conscious about it. It's like my energy has shifted, but it hasn't brought me closer to some people. I'm moving away. And I almost feel embarrassed talking about it because I feel awkward and as if obviously I fail because I think, well, I'm not connecting to humanity. But it's as if my energy it's not resonating with some people anymore.
Yeah, that's very natural thing that happens to many people, because before you've been vibrating on different level and you connected as a result with some people, and now you change vibration, and it's very normal that you cannot resonate with other people. So it's a normal, yeah.
I was just going to say, because most recently, I've almost felt invisible to some people that I used to connect with quite easily. I felt as if my energy's been moving through and they haven't even noticed.
Yeah. Okay, maybe somebody else. Patricia, I see that you want to share something. Maybe you want to share anything on that.
I I also have curiosity how we can be 100% connected. However, as you were talking, I felt yeah, that for me is I feel the connection when I'm paying attention on things, or I'm not letting the brain all the time get busy, busy, busy. If I am not that busy in my brain and I look around and I notice things and I notice people, I feel I'm connected. I don't know how to explain in words, but for me to be connected is to disconnect, as you were saying, Vicky, to some things that I don't want to connect anymore, that I naturally my body or I'm choosing not to connect to self and to connect to other things. It's not it's a how can I say, it's a natural choice of connecting to what I feel more attracted to and resonating with that energy that Yair was talking. So people, things, yeah, just feel peaceful is the way I connect. It's feeling peaceful and shifting the busyness to that peaceful state, which then allows other things to come. Yeah, and other people to connect to. And maybe that's okay.
Beautiful.
It's
Yeah. Yeah. So since we need to finish, I just want to say that you have to allow it. Just relax with it, Vicky. Don't get alarmed with that. You know, trust the process and know that when you are committed to, to this harmony that you are now connecting with, everything will find its place. And so you have to be courageous about the process, and not to get to, oh my God, did it? No. And maybe there'll come a time that you feel stable in that state, that you'll have space for you, also for those that are not in the same vibration as you. Maybe there'll come a time. But if that's what's needed now, that's what's needed, and that's perfect. Yeah, so don't worry about it at all. Don't think. Okay? Okay, dear people. So, because the question that I ask is if people need anything, or wants us to focus on something specific. I mean, I'll continue with the program and what I feel, but I'm very happy to get any input from any one of you. So if there's a need to emphasize something. Yeah, Joanna?
I would like to connect more with my heart chakra.
Okay. Okay. Good. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no, I just need to say something because it's more than coincidental. Last week, when we did our meditation, we invited others to join our space of infinity. And I invited my mother because she's having a difficult time. My father passed away a year ago, last Saturday, and she's having a difficult time processing her grief. During the time that we were meditating and I invited her into the circle, she sent me a text saying that my father was with her and they were having a conversation and he was helping her.
Voila.
I have to tell you that because
Thank you.
it's just, to me, it's just proof.
Yeah.
It's proof.
Yeah. As Patricia always say, we're all one. So that's it. Okay, dear people. I'm really so grateful for each one of you for being here. And, each one of you, of us, is a expression of source. And each one of you manifesting source in such a beautiful, unique way. So thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. And see you
Thank
next.
you.
And
Thank you. Much love all.
bye bye.
Go well.
Thank you.